Retardation and deceleration have same meaning. Suppose this is the line along which a body moves, and for simplicity we have taken a body here like the ball. So this is our body set in motion. The body moves from one point to another point along the direction shown in the figure. This body, actually it appears to be bigger and so I have to draw the right size. Almost same. Suppose the body starts moving from this point A with initial velocity u, and at this point B, the final velocity is equal to v, and if the body stops here, that means comes to rest, then final velocity is equal to 0. Initial velocity u is non-zero. It starts with a velocity. It may be 5 meter per second or 10 meter per second or 20 meter per second, etc., etc. And finally, this body stops. So if the body stops, we can say zero velocity. We can say this path A to B, this is the path or way through which straight linear path actually, it offers a retardation or deceleration. Now we consider the deceleration or retardation offered by this path is equal to A. A is acceleration, it may be deceleration, it may be retardation also. Actually retardation and deceleration, two separate words, but meaning is same. Then the formula governing the motion will be like this. V is equal to U minus AT and V square is equal to U square minus 2S and S is equal to UT minus half AT square. So all the equations will be changed from plus to minus, nothing more than that. So these three sets of equations will be like this in case of retardation. Okay, now we are encircling this formulae. This report, and this is the state of affair or the happening. If you kick a ball, it happens. Have you played cricket or football or anything like that? It may be marble also. Initial speed is considerable. After going through a certain distance, it stops. So when it stops, who stops that? The surface over which the marble rolls. This surface offers a retardation or deceleration. to stop the motion. Otherwise, the ball moves continuously. But in practical situation, it never happens. You may take a small marble or an apple or a lemon and roll it on the floor of your room. After a certain distance, it will stop. And due to retardation, it stops, or due to deceleration, it stops. So this is the happening, physical happening. Now we are going to calculate the amount of retardation or deceleration. Suppose, let us consider a body, with initial velocity. Suppose the particle with initial velocity 5 meter per second stops within a distance of 15 meter after 1 second. Find it may be difficult for you within a, let us abolish this line. The particle with initial velocity 5 meter per second stops after 1 second. Comes to rest after 1 second. Find retardation. So you have the idea about this retardation, practical experience also about retardation. Now it is time to solve this problem. Initial velocity means u is equal to 5 meter per second. Comes to rest means the final velocity v is equal to 0 meter per second, not 0. Time taken t is equal to 1 second. And retardation should be calculated. The unknown quantity should be written like this. What is A? So this is the sign, a note of introduction. So the formula V is equal to, during retardation, V is equal to U minus AT, or 0 is equal to 5 minus A is unknown and T is equal to 1. That implies A into 1 is equal to 5, or A is equal to 5 meter per second square. We have already mentioned in our previous videos unit of acceleration or deceleration is meter per second square, meter per second square, or centimeter per second square. depending upon the unit given in the problem. So it's a very easy problem. Next problem. There are so many examples of retardation. Suppose you are in a shooting competition and this is your target. You are given several bullets and a gun. So this is your field of work at present, and this is you. This is you. I am drawing your figure. Though you are much more beautiful than this figure, forgive me. I am not an artist, and you, you will be more beautiful in future. So this is you, and you are throwing, firing a gun, and the bullets are penetrating. That means the bullets are. So this is the target, and wooden plank. Wooden plank. This is the target. And this wooden plank has been given here. Bullets are coming from this point, and after entering inside this, the bullets are penetrating through a certain distance. Suppose a bullet is given here, it enters here and penetrates through a certain distance. Then it comes to rest. So at this point, A, the velocity of the bullet is equal to 10 meter per second. And at this point, when it comes to rest at point B, when it comes to rest, we have already taught that it is 0 meter per second. Okay. Now, if the length of penetration, that means through the distance it penetrates inside the wooden plank. The wooden plank is kept here, and this is 0.1 meter. 0.1 meter. So this is the state of affair. You are firing bullets. The bullet is targeted to the wooden plank, and it enters into the wooden plank through a certain distance, and then it stops. So this is the physical happening. Now I am making the problem. The bullet moving ten meter per second hits a wooden plank and stops when penetrates through a distance of 0.1 meter. Find the retardation offered by the. That means you have to calculate the retardation. That means retardation means A. So if you have given some data, initial velocity 10 meter per second. Now write down u is equal to 10 meter per second. Distance traveled by the bullet before coming rest S is equal to 0.1 meter. And V is equal to obviously 0 meter per second. We have to calculate the value of A. Now you have to insert all the formulae I have written there. Which formula, particularly which formula is related to these four variables? Within 2 or 3 seconds, you may glance at the list. You may prepare a list on a cardboard or anything and write down prominently all the formulae I have taught you. Now, which is the appropriate formula? You have to find out that. In this case, the appropriate formula will be like this: V square is equal to U square minus twice AS. This is the formula. This is equal to 0. So 0 square is equal to 10 square minus 2 into A into S means 0 0.01. 0 point only 1, sorry. 0 point. That implies 2 into A into 0.1. You have to calculate very carefully. Otherwise, you will miss the answer. Is equal to 10 square. 10 square means 100. That implies A is equal to 100 divided by 2 into zero point 0.1 means 1 by 10. 1 by 10 by 10, third position, that goes to first position. This is the mode of calculation. You must know it. So this is equal to, if you cancel 2 into 5, 2 5 10, 5 0 0. Now what will be unit? It is in meter per second. So this will be in meter per second square. So this is the retardation offered by the. Now there are similar problems. There are so many problems. You may solve problems. And if our study continues and you become accustomed with this type of teaching and learning process, then I shall mention a book for you that will be a storehouse of different types of problems of different varieties, and it will be enjoyable to study also after going through the videos. Now be attentive to learn different types of problems. Now we are taking another page. This problem is more interesting than the previous one, and when it grows more interest, you have to be ready to calculate the answer with a bit of rigorous mathematics. A bit of rigorous mathematics that is not difficult at all, but rigorous. Be confident and let us start our new journey. Suppose I am drawing the picture at first. So this is the plank. This is the plank. Okay. This is the plank. And the bullet that you are throwing is coming from this side. Suppose this is the bullet. Other colors should be suitable to distinguish the bullet from the plank. So this is the bullet. Okay. At the entry point, the velocity of the bullet, at the entry point, the velocity of the bullet is v. So this is velocity. It is entering into this, and the velocity is given v. Okay. And somehow this plank can stop the bullet. We do not know what is the dimension of this block. We do not. We know there is a block, wooden block, and there is a bullet. And bullet is coming with a speed, velocity, v, and somehow this block prevents the bullet. That means it just reaches to this point. Okay. Now